Before I say anything about sciatica, I want to say something about the last few weeks, months, and years of your life. You have tried and done the stretches that you've been given on the days it hurt to stand up. You tried everything you could to get out of pain. You've paid for some sessions. You've taken the meds. You've laid on the machines and you've gone back and the doc and said, hey, it's still there. And somewhere in that process, the conversation quietly changed. It stopped being about what wasn't working and started being about what you should be learning to accept. I want to tell you this morning, with 34 years and more than 10,000 people behind it, that the reason nothing has held has nothing to do with your effort, but it has everything to do with the direction everybody has been pointing you in. And in about 20 minutes from now, I'm going to have you prove that to yourself on your own body live on this call. So you didn't fail, the model did. This hour is for one specific type of person. You've had sciatica for months, years, or even decades, not just days. You've already done the stretches, the ice, the injections, the imaging, everything you possibly could. Someone in a white coat, like a doctor, has told you, all right, it's time to just manage it, or that surgery is your only option. Part of you started to wonder if the problem is actually you. If that's you, please stay. By the end of the hour, you'll know exactly why nothing is held. But if this is not you, hey, no hard feelings. This may be a waste of your time. But as I said, if this is you, I would close down the other tablets, eliminate the distractions, and let's get started. 3 things in the next 60 minutes you're going to learn. The real reason why 80 to 85% of the standard sciatica care fails and why that failure was never about your effort, your age, or your MRI. The 180-degree opposite mechanism. What the non-painful side of your body has to do with the pain you feel. Once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. And a test that you can run. One movement live with me here in the next few minutes, your own body will answer the question. So this will not be just my opinion. I'm not asking you to believe me today. I'm asking you to test me and see if what you feel is a difference. My name is Dean Volk. I've got a master's in physical therapy in 1992. I've been practicing for over 34 years. I've worked with over 10,000 sciatica clients through the years, over 5,200 of them online since 2018. And I love to break sciatica in 8 weeks or less. But none of this is the interesting part. The interesting part is the first 17 years of my career, because for 17 years, I did exactly what I was taught. I followed the medical model. I treated the side that hurt. I stretched it. I strengthened it. I mobilized it. I dug on it. And I sent my clients home with a sheet of exercises, probably similar to the ones that you've received if you've gone to therapy. And most of the time, my clients did not get better. Now, here's the part I'm not proud of. When someone didn't improve, I had a whole story and vocabulary ready for it. You've probably got a chronic problem. There's probably degenerative issues going on. There's probably poor compliance on your part. Or some people just don't respond. I never once said the honest sentence, which was, what I'm doing is aimed at the wrong place. So when you tell me your PT or your chiropractor or your doctor has said you weren't doing enough, you weren't doing the exercise enough, I know exactly where that sentence comes from because I used to say it too. And I was wrong, just like they are when I used to say it. What changed was not the effort. Because when I was treating the painful side of the body, my success rate was 15, maybe 20%. But when I started working the opposite side of the body, my success rate shot up and is currently 95 to 97%. The only thing that changed was doing things 180 degrees opposite of what I learned. I had the same hands. I owned the same clinic. I had the same clients, but it was the approach that changed that made all the difference in the world. 5 things the model taught you. What you were told, you need to stretch where it hurts. What it actually did, it actually irritated an already angry nerve every single session. You need to strengthen your core, but basically you're locking in the imbalances that are there from compensations instead of unlocking all those compensations and imbalances. Your MRI shows degeneration, but what you've never heard was we turn that normal degenerative process of a 60-year-old spine into a life sentence for people. It's sort of like saying you have a receding hairline. You've got the little wrinkles around your eyes. That's not a problem. That's normal aging. And guess what? Degenerative discs, degeneration of your spine is normal as you get older. It starts at age 30, I believe, and about 50% of people by age 35 or 40 have degenerative discs and degeneration going on in their spine, and most people don't even know it. Well, it'll calm down with an injection, but basically all you're doing with an injection, you're muting the alarm system of your body, but you left the fire burning. And finally, you'll have to just learn to live with it instead of moving the blame to the methods that were used to try to help you. Have any of you heard any of this before? Does it sound familiar? None of these things were done by people with bad motives. Your PT wasn't lazy, your doctor wasn't careless, but they were all doing exactly what the medical model tells them and how they were trained. The model is the problem. And when the model fails 80 to 85% of the time, it doesn't get called a failed model. It gets called a chronic condition, and the failure gets handed over to you to carry. And that's just not fair. Where it hurts is not where the problem lives. Let me say that again. Where it hurts is not where the problem lives. Your body is not broken. It's simply out of balance from how you have been compensating for your pain. The painful side is guarded, it's shortened, it's screaming at you. Every hand that's touched your case went straight there because that's where you pointed to where the pain was. But working this side simply feeds the alarm. But the other side of your body is quiet, yet it's overworking, but it's been ignored for all this time. This is the side that's carrying the extra load, causing imbalances, which is exactly why the painful side remains painful and stressed. But working this side turns that body's alarm off. So, what needs to be done? 3 things. First, you need to balance, then stabilize, then return to normal. So my approach is first, we balance out your body. We wake up the non-painful side so your body stops asking one half of you to do all the work. This is where the pain usually drops first, often in days, by getting the body more balanced. Then we move to stabilization. We want to hold the new balance under load so that bad night's sleep or a long drive doesn't undo that newfound balance. Then once we balance you and stabilize you, we want you to return back to your normal actual life, the walking, the golfing, the gardening, playing with the grandkids, the flights on vacation, time with friends, all those things that you're missing out on without drugs, no injections, no surgery, and I try to get it done in 8 weeks or less. So let me stop talking and let's have your body vote. We're going to work for about 90 seconds in 1 moment on the side that doesn't hurt, and I'm going to explain how to do this, and watch what happens when you work the opposite side of the body. We're going to follow these 3 steps exactly, but don't do this yet as I read it. Just wait for the next slide that has the picture. You're going to sit on the edge of a bed, a chair, a sofa with your painful side knee straight out and your heel on the floor. If you're laying down because you can't sit, you're going to have a straight leg on the ground with your other knee bent. What we're going to do, we're going to have you lift up that painful side, keeping the knee straight, lifting it as high as you can, but you're going to stop at pain. Then what we're going to do, we're going to repeat it on the opposite side that doesn't hurt. Then you're going to decide for yourself which side of your body is easier to lift. We're going to do it 10 times. We're going to take a break. Then we're going to repeat it. Then what we're going to do is go back to the side that was more restricted and painful, and you're going to lift that leg again, and you're going to tell me afterwards in the chat, did it improve? Did it change? Was there a height change? Was there a difference in the pain? Was there anything different? So here's just some pictures of my beautiful wife showing what it looks like. So you're going to sit on a chair with your bad leg extended, but the heel on the floor. You're going to try to lift it up as best you can, stopping at pain. Do not push into pain, please. And then when you see how high it is and how painful it is, you put it down. Then you're going to bend that bad side, straighten out your good side, knee straight, heel on the floor, and you're going to lift the good side. And you're going to determine which side is looser, more comfortable, and less restricted. 99 times out of 100, it's going to be the side where your pain is not, or it's going to be on your less painful side if both sides are painful. So what I want you to do right now is lift that non-painful side or less painful side, the side that moves better. I want you to lift it up and down nice and slowly 10 times. And as you do that, counting in your head, I want to make sure that it's not painful, not aggravating anything, because if it does, I don't allow any discomfort with my exercises, so please stop immediately. And once you're done with 10, you're going to take a break for 5 or 10 seconds, and then you're going to repeat it on the same leg, the easier side, the more comfortable side. Lift it 10 more times for me. I'll give you a couple more seconds to finish that lifting. And now what I want you to do, I want you to bend that good knee back. I want you to extend the side that was more painful or limited. Put the heel on the floor and try to lift that leg up and see how it feels now. See how high you can lift it now. Is there any change? And no change, some change, big change. And let me tell you what should have happened. There should have been some type of change, whether you were able to lift the painful leg a little bit higher. Ellen had some change. Perfect. That shows that your body responds to working the looser, more comfortable side. And not everybody's going to feel the same thing. And I just sort of picked this movement out of a hat. There's so many other movements or body parts or body movements that I could have chosen, but I just chose this just for a quick down and dirty type of thing for this webinar. And if it's good on both sides, that's great. We would have to find another position or another activity to see, okay, where the imbalance is. If there was a change at all, congratulations. You just improved an imbalance. Just changed a compensation that you've been carrying for weeks, months, or maybe even years in less than 90 seconds. Simply by working the side of your body that has been mostly ignored. It's not changed permanently, so don't think that just doing this exercise once is going to change, but it proves that your body will respond to the right approach. This is not a miracle, and I'm not something special. It's just what happens when the method finally matches the mechanism. And it tells you something about the last few months, weeks, or years that's worth sitting for. You were never the reason the treatment did not work. Now, I'm going to share a few stories of some past clients. This is Cathy O'Neill. I'm quoting her. I've had the problem on and off for at least 40 years, just getting worse and worse, and I'm 72 now. Within 2 days, I was way better. Within a week, my walking stick was no longer required. Johnny Allen, one of my favorites. Quote, I was slated to go under the knife in 3 weeks, and with the progress I've made with his methods, I canceled surgery. I've had multiple surgeries on my spine, and I feel better now than I have since before my first injury. Johnny had, I believe it was 6 or 8 surgeries to both his hip and his back. Everything kept getting worse. I said, let's try a few things. And he did. And he canceled his upcoming, it was either his 7th or his 9th surgery. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he is back to normal, living his life. And I spoke to him, I believe it was a year ago, and it had been 6 years, and he still was doing well. Here's Jennifer Hay. Quote, I dreaded the PT sessions as all they did was painfully massage the nerve. After 5 sessions of really no relief, I quit. The reason we have sciatica is because something is out of balance. Therefore, we need to exercise the good side. Now she's walking a quarter of a mile 3 times a day, and I believe this was written 6 months after she started with me. This is Tracy Warhoftig. She said, I got a massage on Friday, and my good side was the side with all the tension, per the massager. So the massage therapist, working blindly, not according to my principles, but just working the way she normally worked, found that the problem was exactly where the 180-degree solution says it lives. Last year, Tracy could not stand for a minute. This year, she's training on skiing. This is Kim Pate. She was a person who went through my lab and then did my online course. After more than 2 decades of relentless sciatica, I had nearly given up hope. The relief started almost immediately, and 6 months later, I am still completely pain-free. There's something I want you to notice about each of what the people said. Not one of them told me their pain score went down or their pain was eliminated. What I typically hear from people is what these people said. They told me now they can walk their dog, they can cook dinner, they're going skiing, they're back gardening, they're playing golf, they went to Rome with their grandkids. These are the things that people actually talk about. And these are the things that sciatica actually takes away from people. And those are the things that you're really here to get back. Yes, it's going to be nice for the pain to decrease, but it's also going to be nice to recapture your life and start doing those things that you love again. So you're going to leave this workshop through one of 2 doors. Door number 1, you're going to nod, you're going to close your laptop, you're going to put your phone away wherever you're watching this. And Monday looks like every other Monday. The compensation pattern keeps deepening. The good side keeps getting overlooked. The list of things you quit gets one line longer. A year from now, you are having the same conversation, 1 year older with 1 more year of guarding baked into your system. Or door number 2, you spend the next 3 days testing this on your own body for free with me. You either change or you don't. Either way, you finally know whether it will work or not. Most people feel a difference and feel some changes within the first 72 hours. Sciatica is not a holding pattern. It's a slope. I'm not going to tell you my offer disappears at midnight and your sciatica gets worse if you don't act. But what I will tell you is what I've watched thousands of times. Sciatica doesn't sit still. It slopes. Every month, the good side gets a little bit weaker. The limp may get a little bit more permanent. The version of you that you're trying to get back gets a little further away. Cathy waited 40 years. It started working in 2 days. It cost her 40 years first. That's the only urgency I'm going to give you. And it's the honest one. So, what is the Sciatica Proof Lab? 3 days, 100% free. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to test me. Day 1, we find it. I have you self-assess and we locate 1 or maybe 2 imbalances that are driving your pain. Day 2, we start to balance it out. You work the non-painful side and you watch how the painful side responds. This is where imbalances start to improve. Day 3, we prove it. You repeat it through the first 2 days and see if it works. If it changes for you, just imagine what it would feel like after 8 full weeks of balancing out your body's imbalances. The lab is by application only, not because it's something precious, but because I read every application personally and I only take people who are ready for relief and who I believe I can help. So say yes if you've tried the standard route, you're sick and tired of the medical model, you're willing to do a few minutes a day of balancing exercises, and you want this broken rather than just managed and to be lived with. Say no if you're looking for someone else to do this for you, or you simply want a pill or an injection to take this away. 3 days free. Here's what I want you to do. Not buy anything, just apply. It takes 2 minutes. It comes to me. I read it. And if I think I can help you, I'll get you set up for your own personal proof lab. 3 days, totally free. And at the end of it, your body will have answered the question that no doctor, no MRI, and no professional has yet. Will balancing out the body work for me? Real simply, you can go to www.sciaticaprooflab.com, and at the bottom of the page is an application. So I want to encourage you. You were never the problem. You were just pointed in the wrong direction, and you were pointed to the wrong side of your body.